That was shitty. That was shitty for Dillian White. Loved Persoon Taylor. Picked Persoon to win. I said it's going to go down the same way. Persoon's going to swarm her. I can't. You know what it is, man? When I see, because Katie's a legit, like, she's a beast of a boxer in terms of from a technical standpoint. When you see her throw punches, she's got like really good form, really good footwork, really good balance, really good technique. She's the shit. Katie Taylor's the shit. But you get somebody like Persoon. This is somebody that's big for the division, or even probably just big in general. Just a big old girl, right? And she's throwing punches, and she's not only throwing punches at a rapid rate and moving forward. She's throwing very awkward type punches. I think that people like Katie Taylor, people like Floyd Mayweather, who had trouble with guys like Maidana, guys that throw punches from awkward angles. And if you're used to being these kind of technical fighters, I think that when somebody gives you a look that even if you've seen it one fight before, again, in the case of Floyd, he saw Maidana twice. I think it's always going to be a problem because you don't really see people that do the things that these guys do. It's all wrong. It doesn't look great. It's not very appealing from a visual perspective, but it's, dare I say, annoying, it looks like, when Katie's in there with her, because Persoon is doing so many things with her hands, landing little soft, maybe not even punches. They almost look like pushes. Every now and again, a hard one lands enough to affect Katie, and it just seems like she can't get her bearing straight. When Katie was getting off, she was getting off really, really hard shots, maybe the more effective shots. But I scored for Persoon. I had it 6-4. I had Persoon up 5-4 going into the 10th. I think Taylor would have needed a knockdown at the very least to win the fight. I had Persoon winning, but the 7th round was a close round for me. I felt like that was a swing round, and there was like another early round there that was close. I could have seen a draw. I could have seen a Katie win by 1 point. Scorecards were atrocious, absolutely wrong. You can't say that you saw Katie Taylor win 7 rounds in that fight. You gotta, that's being super generous. 6 rounds would be super generous to Katie. A draw would be a little generous to Katie. I felt like Persoon did enough to win the fight. Is what it is, though. Opens things up for Serrano. Serrano's not the same fighter that Persoon is. She doesn't have the same size. She's nowhere near the same size as Persoon. So she won't be able to, to smother Katie in that way, to maul Katie in that way. But Persoon and Serrano. But Serrano is going to land. She's going to land clean. Serrano's got legit power for a woman. You know what I mean? You can see, I'm not really big on the eye test, but when you watch the way she punches, the impact at which she hits, some of these women, Serrano can crack. So she's going to land on Katie. It'll be interesting. I think that Katie's the better overall boxer. But again, Serrano's power is that X factor. I hope they get that fight going. I can't imagine that they won't get that fight going. I think that Katie, I don't know if Katie's ever headlined a card, but I think it's time for Katie Taylor to headline a card. I think that's the card to do it. Serrano Taylor, let's get that going. Pretty cool fight. I thought it was a dope performance. Conor McGregor shouted her out at the end of the deal, so that was dope.